Hello there, welcome to my humble little channel. My name is Adam Weir, and today I just want to talk about some things that I experienced in hospital, my perspectives on life, and just an overall philosophical, spiritual content I want to upload. So, when I started my sort of spiritual and self improvement journey at the age of 17, I'm 21 now, I'm coming up for 22 in a few months. Now, I think what really set off my spiritual journey was when I started reading. When I was 17 years old, I started training. I started going to the gym, and I was quite obsessed with it. I was getting up really early. I was running to the gym. I was going to school. I was meditating on hills, and I don't do those exact things anymore. But I still train. I still do all these great things, meditate and stuff. Just not enough. I don't do it enough, right? So the reason why I started reading books was because in English class we were forced to read a book, and because I thought, well, if I'm going to be forced to read a book, I might as well read something I like. And the first book I actually picked up and read from not from start to finish. I didn't actually finish the book. It was a Norse mythology book, right? And the reason why I chose a Norse mythology book was because at the time I was playing this game called Valheim, which is a Norse mythology game. So I picked up that book and I read about half of it or something, maybe three quarters of it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, and it made me want to read more, right? So my mum found this book in the charity shop called The Secret, and this book basically tells you how to manifest things. Now, my perspective on manifestation is a little bit grey because, on one hand, I kind of don't believe in it, but at the same time, I do. But I don't believe we can necessarily shape reality with our thoughts alone. I do believe we have to put in physical effort in order to make things work. So I started reading that book and I became obsessed with spirituality. It was kind of driving me insane because I was getting recommended videos on TikTok about spirituality and seeing shadow people and things like that. I never seen shadow people, but that was like one of the signs that you're uh, going through a spiritual awakening. Now, I shaved my head when I was about 19, so my sort of obsession arc was going from the age of 17 to 19. When I was 19, that's when everything went kind of haywire. I shaved my head. I believed in crazy things. I believed I was God at one point. I still believe I'm God, but not in the literal sense that I'm the creator of the universe. I believe everything in the universe is God. We're all projections of that consciousness, dreaming existence into being until we wake up from the dream and go back to being whole again. We're not separate, we're all connected. We're all one consciousness experiencing itself through unique perspectives. But hey, that's just what I believe. And the reason why I believe that is because of all the just the things I experienced in hospital. I hallucinated quite a lot. Now here's my perspective on hallucinations. I don't believe hallucinations are hallucinations, right? Let me explain, okay? If everything in the universe is perceivable by consciousness, it has to be real. I'm not saying that hallucinations are real, but I believe they are given to us as a vision from the universe to, how do I explain this? I'm not sure how to put it into words, but I believe hallucinations are intentional designs. I believe the part of the cosmic confusing, which is a term that I believe I came up with, which is when the universe creates confusing aspects into our life to keep us searching for the truth so that we do not wake up too early. It's actually to protect us. That's what I believe the cosmic confusing is. It's a series of events that happens in our life to keep us asleep and prevent us from waking up too quickly, right? So when I was hallucinating, I hallucinated all sorts of things, right? I had a video game character speak to me, Master Chaos from the game Hades. He said, I knew, oh, it said, Master Chaos doesn't have a gender, but it said, I knew you would find me, Adam. I just didn't know when, right? That was really freaky. And I was going crazy, okay? But at the same time, there was sanity within that madness because that sanity led me to discovering myself and knowing my true nature and the nature of existence. Not to say I'm like a chosen one or anything. I don't believe in being chosen or anything like that. I just I just can't deny my brain is more open to these sort of spiritual concepts, and I don't know why that is. I'm not claiming to be better than anyone, but I believe we all can access that power. I believe everyone has the power to access these spiritual um, insights if we seek it, if we choose to seek it, and that's exactly what I did. I forcefully tried to pry open the gateway to the secrets of the universe by brute force, and it led me to going insane. And that was both a blessing and a curse because I suffered a lot in hospital. I was literally tortured, sometimes physically, but mostly mentally. And as much as it sucked, I'm in a weird way happy it happened because it's made me a much better person. So what have I learned from psychosis? I learned that peace and love and joy is the ultimate goal in life. I try to live a very peaceful life. I'm trying to step away from bad habits and learn to love myself because when you love yourself, you're loving God because you are God, right? That's the way I don't believe we have to worship an external being in a weird way. I don't want to use the word worship. I don't like the word worship. But instead of loving an external being, we have to love ourselves because that that external being gave us this body, and we should love it because it's ours. It's our temple. So, I'm kind of all over the place, but hey, seek spirituality, seek God, not in a book, not in a church, but in yourself, in the forest, and nature, and meditation, and whatever feels peaceful to you. I mean, hey, if going to church and praying feels good to you, great. But I'm a realist. I like things that are measurable by science, even though spirituality isn't fully measurable by science. It can only be experienced firsthand, and it can't be measured. But hey, if you seek these things, it will happen to you. If you're really, really, if you get a little bit obsessed with it, you might go insane. You might not. Maybe I don't know why I went insane. I don't know if I believe it was an intentional part of my purpose here on this planet, but the ultimate goal in life is peace, from my understanding, and we should all seek peace and love and unity because that is what consciousness craves. It craves to know itself, and when you know that you're special, very very special, you become a bit happier. Nothing changes in your day to day routine. Well, actually, maybe things do, but you don't necessarily have to be extremely spiritual in order to live a good life. I mean, I say it's okay to be atheist because to believe in God can cause lots of mental wars inside your own head, and being atheist can free people from that, and I totally respect that. And that's why I believe God is not necessarily a cosmic judge or king, but it's the very energy that lives through all things. Whether itself is conscious or not, I don't know, but one thing I do know is that we are conscious and we are together the creators of this universe, therefore we're God. But that's just what I think. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. Still trying to figure out the secrets of the universe. But hey, we can theorize and philosophize and discuss it all we want. We won't get to the crystal clear truth, except from speculation and theories about what this universe is all about. But from my understanding, it's just about love and peace and joy and just being a good person. Another thing I experienced in hospital was people reading my mind, and it wasn't just the occasional one-off here and there coincidence. It was almost measurable. Like, it was really weird. I'm not saying I believe people could read my mind, can read my mind, but it wouldn't surprise me if they could because, well, it happened a lot. And maybe the universe does read my mind. It reads all of our minds and it uses other people and other beings to express what we are thinking because that's why when you're thinking something and you might see it on social media or maybe another person reflects it back to you. So I do believe the universe reads our mind in it, and we're all like talking to each other telepathically in a weird, unconventional way that can't be explained. But I experienced it firsthand. Maybe it was a hallucination. Who knows? Who knows? But hey, that's all I have for you. Stop getting high on YouTube. Start getting high on life. May the universe guide you, which it will. To the great attractor and back. I love you.